the movie. Hey everybody, it's me, LaserDude99 here. So I have seen the Oscar nominations, and I just wanted to tell you what I think. Well, for the most part, I think... No, I'm just kidding, I just wanted to do that. For the most part, I haven't barely heard of any of these films. I mean, Precious, Up in the Air, these are all films that I haven't heard of. Like, I mean, all these actors and stuff, like, most of these films, I'm just like, where the heck did these come from? I've never heard of these. It got me thinking how, if you look at the films that won Best Picture in the year and other films that are still remembered to this day, they usually don't add up. I mean, a lot of the films that have won Best Picture back in the day are, like, forgotten. I mean, when you think of last year, what do you think is the best movie? Do you think Slumdog Millionaire, or do you think The Dark Knight? Which one do you think will be remembered for longer? I haven't seen Slumdog Millionaire. Heck, and, like, just movies like No Country for Old Men, that'll be forgotten probably, it probably already has. But it's still won Best Picture. So, is the Best Picture category really of the best movie? All the time, or just, I don't know, because one of the movies that's nominated for Best Picture is The Hurt Locker. This was one of the few movies on the list that I had seen. The only 3 movies that I saw, like, there was 10 Best Picture nominations. Before it's only been 5, but 10? I mean, why go 10? That's a little overkill. There, you think, oh, why not? And also, it's kind of, hey, it gives away one award. Because Up is nominated for Best Picture. So you know that Up's going to win Best Animated Film right there. Of course, it wasn't that much of a shocker anyway. I knew Up was probably going to win it. I mean, but you're basically giving away the award. And also, you know what you're doing by nominating Up. Beauty and the Beast is now not the only animated movie ever nominated for Best Picture. It's not anymore. Not anymore. It used to be. Now Up's been nominated for Best Picture, and now it's not. Now, if they are really seriously considering Up as one of the best pictures, if they are really considering Up for Best Picture, I'd say good for you. That's good. But if they just put it in there because they needed a round number and they think, we'll just put Up in there, then that's kind of stupid. Because, you know, then why even do that if you know you're not going to vote for it at all or something like that? I don't know. But Star Trek and Sherlock Holmes didn't get nominated for any of the big awards, which really pisses me off. Like, I'm sure Star Trek was nominated for Best Visual Effects. I didn't look at it, but I'm sure it is. And who knows, maybe Sherlock Holmes for Best Cinematography, because it was a really nice looking film. But it wasn't nominated for any of the awards. Like, I thought that Johnny Depp could have been nominated for Best Actor. I hadn't seen any of the other actors in all the other films that were nominated, all the other actors that were nominated for Best Actor. And I'm just like, okay, so, like, I don't know. I just think, you know, sometimes I think Oscars go too much on the underdog, never heard of film. You know, they don't rely on the films that everyone's heard of and everyone likes. I mean, the only time they did, like, the only time I think that all the fans and all the award were in unison was Lord of the Rings. That was the last time. Because, like, I mean, Lord of the Rings has won 11 awards, tied for the all-time award. Like 11, no one has gotten past 11 Oscars. No film has gone past 11 Oscars. But Lord of the Rings tied it, and that's like everyone knew it was Return of the King. But you know, why do they just ignore sometimes the spectacles, the big budget action films or stuff like that? They just ignore it because they want to go for the slow pacing, notice things in the background dramas. You know, when I saw The Hurt Locker, personally, I thought it was kind of boring. I mean, it was long, sure. It had a nice story. It was long though, and it didn't like touch me and in a special place in my heart or anything. Like it didn't. I don't know, but everyone's saying that The Hurt Locker is gonna win it, and I'm thinking, well, I wasn't that amazed by it. Is it just those who? I don't know. All I know is the person who directed Hurt Locker also directed Point Break, which is also one of the things I want to talk about. We have a woman who directed Hurt Locker. She is also nominated for Best Director. Now, as far as I know, there's never been a female director that's won an Oscar for Best Director. And I hope they just don't give it to her just because she was nominated and they want to do that. Hope they really consider their directors. James Cameron was also nominated for Avatar, and Avatar was nominated for Best Picture. I'm sorry, but I thought story was the key thing that made your picture get nominated. I thought that story was the heart and soul of what made your movie the best or not. Avatar had a bland story. It had interesting ideas and nice visual effects, but it was a bland story. Guy goes in, it was just supposed to be a mission. It was orders at first. He even says that. It was orders at first, but then I fell in love with the land and fell in love with you. I mean, what? Come on. How many times have I seen that? How many times have I heard that? Why it was nominated and not Star Trek or Sherlock Holmes or, I don't know, anything else is beyond me. But as I said, all the other films I had never even heard about, never seen a trailer about. So, I don't know. Who am I rooting for Best Picture? Up. Really? Because that's the only film out of all of them that they have nominated that I really liked. Now, I don't know any of the. As I said, most of the stuff I don't know. Maybe it's because I just don't have a whole lot of money to see it, but I don't know. I just think that sometimes the Oscars get a little too old-fashioned, and they don't allow other types
check
of
out
movies
more of my other videos
into
on my
their
channel.
circles.
And wait for more.
For example, last year The Dark Knight wasn't nominated for Best Picture, and Christopher Nolan wasn't nominated for Best Director. What the heck's with that? I mean, it got nominated for 8 other awards, and I think and Heath Ledger won for Best Supporting Actor, but they had to do that or else they would have been mobbed. I mean, but why can't they accept other types of films? The fanboy films. That's what they don't accept. They don't really accept the fanboy films. And, sometimes that bothers me. However, I'll be watching the Oscars, and for all you guys out there, I have my own awards show that I'm going to be having called The Lasers. I know, it sounds weird, but I'm just going to be starting my own award show. Probably the awards won't be there'll probably only be one for my favorite movie of the year. But, they're just going to be random awards for movies and for actors and stuff like that. And yeah, so check out those. I'm gonna try to do this once every Oscar season. I'll have the lasers. So check those out. But as I said, I'm a little disappointed in the Oscar nominations. But as I said, I haven't seen most of the movies, so I don't know if these performances, which they probably are really earned. Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel, and wait for more coming soon.